Okay, we're going to look a little bit more into adding fractional parts of 10 and 100. This time we're going to do some examples with some decimals. So let's take a look at our problem. Sean lives 5/10 mile from the store. The store is 25/100 of a mile from his grandmother's house. Sean is going to walk to the store and then to his grandmother's house. How far will he walk? So our question here is, how far will he walk? Well, let's see what information is back here in the problem that I need. I know that he lives 5/10 of a mile from the store and 25/100 miles from his grandmother's house, and he's going to go to the store and then he's going to go to his grandmother's house. So he's going to do both of those together. So I know I need to add. Be adding 5/10 plus 25/100. Okay, and what we're going to do today is we're going to add those up instead of as decimals. We're going to change them and add them as fractions. Okay, so again, I have 5/10. I'm going to be adding 5/10, 25/100. They're not the same. I can't just do 5 plus 25. I need to change my tenths into hundredths first so that I can add them. All right, so let's take a look. So 5/10 as a fraction, let's write that as 5/10. All right, 25/100 as a fraction is 25/100. All right, so now I can write 5/10 plus 25/100 as 5/10 plus 25/100. Again, I still have tenths and hundredths. I need to have a common denominator to be able to add these together. So I'm going to have to change my 10 to 100. And I need to think, well, what do I multiply by? 10 times 10 is 100, so I have to do the same with my numerator, 5 times 10. All right, so down here, 5 times 10 times 10 times 10. 5 times 10 is 50. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. Instead of 5/10 plus 25/100, I'm going to write it as 50/100 plus 25/100. 50 plus 25, think about quarters, 75/100. All right, so 75/100. Now they want us, let's change it back to a decimal. I can write that as 75/100. So Sean will walk 75/100 of a mile. Let's try to find the sum of 25 cents plus 40 cents. Okay, this is pretty easy when we do it, when we add these as a decimal. I could line up my decimal point and I would get 6,500. So let's see how we would do this if we were adding them as fractions. I could add 25/100 plus 40/100 equals 65/100. Luckily, I did not have to change it now, but 40/100 is the same as 4/10, but we kept it as hundredths when we added because we had to have that common denominator. So we could say it's 65 cents like this, or 65/100 of a dollar. All right, so today on your practice pages, you're going to be adding tenths and hundredths together. Whenever you have a tenth, you're going to want to change that, multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 10 times 10 times 10 to find your new answer. 7/10 is the same as 70/100 plus 5/100. Here would give me 75/100. Okay, so every time we're going to be changing the tenths to 100ths by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 10.